Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we are currently traveling to a different location, and we have now arrived. In theory, we should have some pretty decent contracts to take here. Now, the Hunchback is still being repaired, and the Raven and Vulcan are going to be a ways after that. The question is, what do we have available right now that is actually repaired? Not a whole lot. We've got a J. Edgar, we've got a Panther, we've got a Javelin, and that's it. The Assassin is not ready to go. We don't have an engine core to put in it just yet. We will get one. Now, the Hunchback, that would take 5 days and 2 days. Actually, if we do it like this, we can tick forward to 1 day before the financial report, and then we can deploy without the Hunchback, like this. Yeah, affinities are decaying. I'm not surprised by that. So let's just go ahead and hop into... We shouldn't have any... Actually, we do have some training to do in the barracks. Okay. Yes, boss. Let's grab a point of piloting. Mech warrior training. Anything else available?
Orders. I'm your spaniel.
That is... affirmative. Okay. 2 points of piloting. Fine. That'll do. So, we want to probably go for something like this. This is a battle, 1 skull. That's not double salvage, but I think we're okay sitting here for our salvage. We'll bring the Panther, and that means we're not bringing Tarbox and Ariamaki. We're bringing the Panther and the Javelin. Okay. So, let's assign, say, Falcon to the Panther and Lord Daki to the Javelin. And just to test... we can't move those anyway. Actually, just to test, let's put the Javelin over here. Yeah, this is just vehicles, as I thought. Perfect. Okay, so we can deploy a full lance of mechs. It's not our greatest lance, to be sure, but we can deploy a full lance of mechs plus 1 vehicle to this battle. Well, Darius didn't warn us, so hopefully we can pull this one off with a little bit less damage and then get the Hunchback and Assassin ideally fixed back up. I mean, the Assassin is going to be a while before it gets fixed back up. There's no doubt about that. But we can get these mechs set up a little bit more intelligently than these stock variants, because those are really not very good. So we need to be getting ourselves some options right now. So we need to destroy all the brigand units. The Davian citizens here have been suffering at the hands of a local band of brigands, remnants from a Lyran battalion that saw action in the Third Succession War. With no prospects or funds, they've become common criminals. You're to eliminate them, down to the last mech and vehicle. Commander, we can expect to face experienced mechs and elderly mechs and vehicles, but be careful. There could be more of these bandits than our employers are letting on. Okay. We do have allies, noted, so I don't want to deploy too far ahead. Here should be fine. Because our allies are going to deploy where they're going to deploy, no matter what. We do see a Sentinel over here. Okay. We see another Sentinel. We see... what is this guy? A Centurion. This is a Lance of Mediums. Okay. Well, they're going to fire at the Raven, and they're of course going to miss. Okay. Wait, did that reserve? I think that might have accidentally reserved. So the Sentinel here has 30, and this one has 2. Yeah, let's just go ahead and reserve, actually. If it's only the 3 enemy mechs, we can probably pull this off. Now that PPC is going to miss. So one of these Sentinels has a PPC, one of them an autocannon. We're going to reserve again. And we do see a Pegasus, a Wasp land air mech that are backing us up. Okay. That is completely fine. The question is, which of these do we want to focus first? That is a good question. We're, of course, waiting for the land air mech here. Okay. So the Centurion will move now. If he's smart, he'll target the land air mech. Yep, that's exactly what he did. But he missed, so we're fine. Okay. Oh, they have a Vulcan back there too. Noted. So the Vulcan is a ways away. It only has 400 armor. The Sentinels have 480. The Centurion have 680. Okay.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Our Javelin is in a place where it has to jump. It is required by the game mechanics here to jump. We're going to jump over here and get into the side arc of this Centurion. And we're just going to pot shot the SRM-6s. Or are we? Do we have other ammo? Yeah, we have standard ammo as well as the LK. 100 rounds of each. I think we're actually just going to brace here.
I await your command.
The Panther, I would love to make our way off over this direction. That's only 2 evasive pips, which is slightly creepy, if I'm honest. Let's position ourselves up here. We get a single evasive pip and we're in cover. 48.7. Just checking these other hit odds. This is stray shot territory here for sure. Okay, we missed everything. Probably should have just braced. Fair enough. That Pegasus is going to attack the Centurion, and it actually did a little bit of damage with that indirect attack. I like it.
Good to go.
Our J. Edgar is going to get all the way around into rear arc of this guy. Now, I do like the J. Edgar's turret, so we don't have to worry about which way it's facing. That does give us strategic options.
Roger that.
Okay, all of that hit. That's really nice. Right in the CT as well. That Centurion is actually in some level of danger here. Let's take the Raven off this direction. I don't like this facing. Can we actually hit him from there? No, we can't. I guess we'll hit up this location. I would really prefer to make it to cover here. But at the same time, I do want to attack this guy. We're going to narc him. And we did manage to narc him. That's great.
Good to go.
And now the Vulcan is going to swing out this direction. About like this, I think, is fine. Now, we're probably in too close for that Ultra AC5. Yeah, we absolutely are. But we can fire on this Sentinel, and this Sentinel is in stray shot territory. If we do that.
Affirmative.
Okay, we failed. Worth a try. This round was more about positioning than dishing out the damage. Huh. Ah. They have a Pegasus out there. Okay, good. The PPC missed. That could have been problematic right there.
Tickled.
Now, we are currently reaping the anti-benefits of doing that reserve maneuver, in that we are currently getting some hesitation going on, but that's okay. I did expect this. And we still do have multiple movers before the Centurion moves, which is very, very good for us. We'll see what the Wasp Land Air Mech does. If it's clever, it'll jump behind him, like back here, and attempt to backstab him, if it can jump that far. Or it'll just waste its turn and have no evasive pips. I strongly disagree with that play.
Ready for
Okay.
orders.
I'd love to jump over here for 3 evasive pips, and that's exactly what we're going to do. And 27%... Technically, we're slightly better off attacking over here, and there is the possibility of stray shot. And we did hit something there. Did we hit this guy? I don't think we did.
Good to go.
Okay, we're going to take the Raven into rear arc here. Actually, are we going to melee this guy rear arc? Can we? No, we can't melee him rear arc. So we're just going to walk into the rear arc here.
Roger.
And I'm actually shocked that our LRM Longfire has that level of hit chance. Now we could hot load this. It has a 50% chance to misfire though. And I'm not willing to roll that. I think 24.3% is enough. We're mostly fishing for crits in this torso. Now we don't have Bandit, so that's something to consider. But we're still mostly just fishing for crits. Okay, we did not get them.
Heads up, Commander. You've got hostile contacts in.
Oh yeah, I've already detected the incoming hostile contacts. They're over here. It's a Savannah Master. That's not that threatening. Okay.
Receiving you.
The Vulcan is going to move up. Actually, this is ideal. This is really ideal.
Coordinates.
We're going to get up there with the Vulcan. And I would absolutely love if that Ultra AC5 hit that CT. I kind of doubt it's going to happen. But we got him to eject. That's actually huge.
What can I do for you?
I'm very happy about that. Okay, the Javelin is going to make its way up over this way. That sprint is 3 evasive pips compared to 2. That's not LOS. Okay. We'll just make our way up over here with the Javelin. And we're going to look to get in behind these guys if we can. The positioning of the Vulcan and Savannah Master makes that slightly more difficult. This was a sprint. So we're just going to have to light up this Sentinel. Actually, this is hitting at weak side. That was a structure exposure. We didn't take anything out there, but I'm okay with that. The Pegasus moves in and doesn't do anything this round. The J. Edgar is now in a position where it can get up over here. 6 evasive pips and rear arc attack on this Sentinel.
Acknowledged.
I like it. Okay. Not much getting done there, but it's better than nothing. They're firing on the Waspland Air Mech. I don't blame them. That's the correct move. The Waspland Air Mech made a massive mistake last turn. Yeah, with 6 evasive pips, you're extremely unlikely to hit the J. Edgar. Okay.
Yes, Commander.
We are going to head up with the Raven. We could get into rear arc, theoretically. Now, the Raven's rear armor is actually better than I thought. What's our actual melee hit odds here? 72.5. This guy would be rear arc. This guy would be rear arc. This guy is... What phase are we in right now? We're in phase 20. Neither of these have moved. We're not going to get to respawn to this one before it moves. It will respawn to our Raven. Is this a risk I'm willing to take? I think so.
Heading out.
That Raven has better rear armor than I thought it did, for sure. We hit that melee attack, which means that we get our 3 evasive pips. Oh! That was a really nice crit. How do they respond? Sentinel backs off. That's essentially side arc, but it didn't attack.
I'm receiving you.
We just completely got away with that for free. We shouldn't have, but we did. We can fire on this Vulcan or on the Sentinel. Both are side arc. Our hit odds are slightly better on the Sentinel. Okay. We don't get anything out of that. That's fine.
That's a miss.
I can't believe they let us get away with this. Now, to be fair, the Vulcan hasn't let us get away with it yet. Maybe their plan is to do something with the Vulcan. We're going to move up with our Vulcan, and we can fire on any of these. 29.8. It's the Ultra AC5 that really matters here, and it's actually an identical situation. Let's fire on this guy since we can fire the flamer. That's some internal damage. Structure exposure. This is going very well. I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop at this point. I mean, we know that there's these guys, but so far we just see a Savannah Master and a Pegasus. It's not a big deal. Land Air Mech attacking the Savannah Master, not doing anything. Not that I expect it to do anything, if I'm honest. Pegasus moving up, also attacking the Savannah Master, also doing nothing. Okay. We don't really care, though. And just think, this is with two of our better mechs currently down for repairs. Of course, this was a really lucky crit that the Raven got. So I'll happily take that. The Javelin can move up. The question is, do we want to start trying to flank? I think we do.
Going turbo.
I mean, start trying to flank? We're just not going to fire that. We've been flanking. There's no doubt about that. So we exposed this arm. That's just an AC2. Okay. We can get around back of either of these. I'm going to send the J. Edgar off this direction into rear arc of this Sentinel. The Savannah Master backed off over there. And we're going to hit up this Sentinel's rear arc.
Locking in all weapons.
Okay. Structure exposure there. I like it. The Vulcan is going to move over and attack our Javelin. That's fine. It missed its laser, hit a couple of machine gun rounds, but that's it. The Vulcan did correctly identify our plan with the Javelin. Pegasus is doing nothing. That's a machine gun boat. Okay, we do see that there's a Valkyrie out there. So that's a threat. But it's not necessarily a huge threat right now anyway. We're going to come in and flank this Sentinel with our Raven.
On my way.
Its rear arc has already been softened up by the J. Edgar. A fair amount, actually. And we are going to fire the LRM-15 Longfire here. I want to fire the Narc first, though.
Here it comes.
Oh, we missed the Narc. Wow, these SRM ammo explosion crits. Okay.
What can I do for you?
That is completely fine. We're going to walk in on this Vulcan. We can only punch him, but we can also fire the SRM-6s. So this is ideal. We're going to punch,
Gonna be good.
and we did actually hit. Not that a punch does that much. And the SRM-6s doing some damage there.
There's more where that came from.
Landmines over here. Okay. Noted. So that Vulcan is probably going to die very shortly, which means we can start focusing on the Pegasus and Savannah Master. The Valkyrie out there isn't all that threatening. That's 4 damage to the Savannah Master. Might not sound like much, but to a Savannah Master, 4 damage does hurt. Now we can only sprint the Vulcan into here, and that's what we're going to do. This seems completely fine so far. Like, I'm not in the slightest concerned about what I'm seeing here. Savannah Master backed way off.
I'm ready.
I'm very okay with this. We're going to just sprint forward with the Panther. There's not a whole lot that we can do with it right now. Pegasus moves up, fires on the Savannah Master. I doubt it did anything there. Yeah, it really didn't. Okay, that's all well and good.
Something you want done?
Yeah, the J. Edgar is going to make its way up over here,
Move order received.
and it's going to fire on the Vulcan's rear arc. It could potentially do a lot of damage. I don't see it killing this unless this has an XL engine, I suppose.
Firing.
Okay, that was mostly armor damage there. The Vulcan is going to move now. firing on the Javelin. The Javelin's armor is pretty weak, and that's definitely something we should consider. This is going to be the Pegasus, doing nothing, and the Valkyrie moves up. It's just closing in, though. Like, the Valkyrie was way out there.
For orders.
Okay, so the Vulcan is currently positioned there. Let's take our Vulcan over here.
Let's move.
Now, the only thing that we can see here is the Savannah Master, and our hit odds are hot garbage. I'm just going to Vigilance here, because we are peeking a bit, and be done. As far as this goes, the Javelin is going to step behind the Vulcan again, and now we can kick. This is probably, if we get good positioning on these hits, this is probably a kill. Okay, that was an armor hit. That's certainly a lot of damage, and an ejection. Okay, great. That is wonderful. We're going to close in the Raven over here. The question is, what do we have the best hit odds on? The answer is, they're all bad. We're just going to brace then. Okay, the Pegasus moves up, fires on the Savannah Master. It is not going to hit at that range. It's not happening.
They will be done.
Okay, it's our Panther that's moving right now. We're just going to sprint up the hill here.
Affirmative.
We're just looking to get some LOS if we can. So the Pegasus is going to move now. Or actually, no. It's going to be the Land Air Mech. Those got flipped around somehow. Okay. Still no damage to the Savannah Master. It's never going to be damage to the Savannah Master like that.
Yes, Commander.
It's simply not going to happen. Now, we can take this guy up over here. And I actually really like this position. 6 evasive pips in cover. Our rear arc is slightly exposed at this angle, but not hugely. And we can pot shot this Pegasus's rear arc. Now, we're not going to kill it. I don't think, anyway. It's actually theoretically possible because of the way that heat works on vehicles. But we didn't. Okay. 8 damage to the Raven. That's the first time that Pegasus has actually managed to shoot. And this is now the Savannah Master moving. That's not really a threat at all. Just waiting for it to calculate. There we go. It moved up over to here. And the Valkyrie backs off into cover. Fine. Well, we just need to press in over here, honestly. This is side arc here.
Copy that.
Okay. We'll go ahead and fire on this Pegasus's side arc. That's a lot of damage to it there. Very nice. Hopefully, the Land Air Mech will put some missiles into that same arc. That would be ideal. Its armor is very low. Nope, it's going for the Savannah Master, and it's going to hit nothing. That was never, ever, ever going to work.
Standing by.
Okay, the Raven is going to position up here. And yeah, we're not in ideal range for the LRM. I'm aware of this. We did get the narc on him, though. So that's something.
What can I do for you?
You can make your way over to this cliffside, and then you can jump up the cliff next round, is the idea. Our Panther's going to be wildly out of position for a good long time. That said, we can take out this Pegasus quite simply next round. The Savannah Master isn't much of a threat, leaving just the Valkyrie. Actually, the Savannah Master just exposed itself pretty badly.
Orders?
Now, I don't suppose that we have any LOS from the crest of this hill. No, absolutely not. That's fine. We'll just close in over here for now. Here comes the Valk. And it just braced.
Ready for
Okay.
orders.
I want to get in behind the Valk with our J. Edgar.
Aye, aye.
Does this thing have no weapons?
Time to unload.
It also has very little rear armor, it looks like. Yeah, very little rear armor. Actually, hitting that Savannah Master is not a bad idea right now. Okay, the Pegasus moves over there. It's rear attacking the Raven. That's okay.
Light damage.
I'm not too concerned. Okay, now it is our turn. I want to rear arc attack the Savannah Master. Yes, this is from fire. There's no way I want to LRM-15 this. This is actually really, really, really low hit odds. I'm rethinking it.
Orders.
Do we want to rear arc attack the Pegasus? This is much better hit odds. Still not great, but better. But if the Valkyrie doesn't have any weapons, then yeah, we go for it.
On for physical attack.
I'm not too concerned. We did manage to narc it, which will increase our missile yield, but not by a ton. Okay, let's move in and finish it off with a rear arc attack from the Vulcan. I think we have plenty of Ultra AC5 ammo. May as well roll it. There we go. One dead vehicle.
Vehicle track.
That's a little overkill. The second vehicle should also die, I think.
I'm here.
Now the idea here is that the Panther is going to sprint up to here.
On the move. Full speed.
Excellent. We'll see what the land air mech decides to do here. Hopefully, attack the Savannah Master. Yeah, that's actually ideal. 4 damage into that is a big deal, honestly. This is a rear arc on the Savannah Master. Now our hit odds are pretty garbo, but also the Savannah Master has 15 HP. So if we hit this with 2, it dies.
Commencing Alpha Strike.
We hit it with 1. Fair enough.
Ready to get it on.
The J. Edgar is... honestly, I think it's just going to stay put and hit this guy again rear arc. It has very little armor back here.
Affirmative.
Ooh, that was not good rolls. Okay. Well, the Valkyrie may step on our J. Edgar here. We'll see what the Savannah Master decides to do. It may actually just straight up die to fire damage if it moves through the fire. I don't know how much damage fire damage actually does, but it doesn't have much. Ace Pilot? Yes. Okay, it did take burn damage, but it didn't die from it. But it's got to be incredibly close. Yeah, the Valkyrie definitely has no weapons.
Now. Commander.
Fascinating. It started without weapons. That's rear arc on the Valkyrie right there.
On it.
We're taking that.
Gotcha.
We missed the narc. And every missile. Oof. Okay, well, it was worth a try. We're currently waiting, I believe, for the land air mech. Yep, that's indeed exactly what's happening. It's firing on the Savannah Master. It failed. I'm not surprised. Okay.
Waiting for orders.
Our Vulcan can move in on this very same arc, actually.
On my way.
Our hit odds are still pretty low.
Locked on. Rear armor.
Yeah, we still missed. Okay, that's fine.
Standing by.
Now the Panther here, it's going to jump up to here. And I would like it to work on the Savannah Master, I think, unless our hit odds are just that much better. They really aren't. I mean, they are better, but I still want to work on the Savannah Master because I feel like... I mean, neither of them is really a threat. The Savannah Master moves now. We'll see what it does. Maybe attack the J. Edgar. It does have 2 energy weapons. Nope, it does nothing.
I hear ya.
Okay. The Javelin is going to sprint its way over here. Now this is side arc
Got it.
and is not ideal,
This should be good.
but we'll get some damage into that Valkyrie. And then our J. Edgar will move into point blank range, rear arc. This is rear, right? Yeah, that's rear.
Moving to
Point blank range, rear arc. Light him up.
sweet.
Oh, that was... We stray shot the J. Edgar and killed it. I was going to say that was terrible luck, but that actually ended up working out.
What can I
That's
do for
good.
ya?
The Javelin can move in here.
I read you, Commander.
All that's left is this unarmed Valkyrie. So really, all we have to do is get in behind him.
Roger.
I'm not going to bother firing with the Raven here.
Commander.
And we can fire the PPC, but I'm not holding my breath on that one. Indeed not.
What the what?
Okay, this is what, the land air mech? Yeah, this is a land air mech. We'll see what this guy decides to do. Okay, that's fine. He does nothing, but at least he's hitting the only remaining target. That's honestly better than some of the AI.
Affirmative.
Okay,
Confirmed.
we're continuing to fire on this guy's side arc. It's not great, but it's the best we can do. We're still just trying to close in. The J. Edgar, however, can definitely get into his rear arc here. Our hit odds aren't great, but we did do internal damage there. Nice. The Valkyrie just positioned itself in a suicide position. Okay. It gave us the ability to get in behind it with the Raven and the... Well, actually, all of these mechs. We're going to get in here with the Raven.
On my way. Oh!
That'll probably make him unsteady. Yep. He's dead. Maybe not from this attack, but definitely from the next one. He ejected. Perfect. Let's get out of here. That went incredibly well. We got very lucky on a couple of things. The Valkyrie being unarmed was just silly, but we got very lucky with a couple of those backstab crits. And with the Centurion ejecting early. We took a little bit of armor damage, but nothing Yang can't repair. Now we could try to grab a full Centurion here. I would love to have these weapons, but honestly, we can roulette that. I think the Centurion is the highest priority here. Okay, we got 4 out of 5 Centurion parts. Next time we run into a Centurion, Engine Core 025. Oh boy. Okay, well, we definitely can't get the assassin back like that. That would be one slow assassin. Like, I kind of just want to hop into the mech bay and check just to see how slow that would be. Like, we're not going to actually install it, but that'd be kind of hilarious. Maybe next episode. For now, though, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, what are we going to do? Well, we're going to check on that engine for sure, and we're going to deploy again if we can, but we actually can't. 10k in 4 days, do it. Because it will take us some time to get those repairs done. We have a financial report in 1 day, so we'll let that happen, and we'll let some of these repairs occur as well. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.